Hi everyone, welcome to I'm Recruiter podcast. I'm your host Prafula Deuri. I'm Recruiter is a community created by and for talent acquisition professionals. Our vision is to build a leading global community for TA folks, and our mission is to help 100K TA professional grow from traditional recruiter to a trusted talent advisors. And I'm sure you will love this podcast because we have a very special guest today. And if you find the content useful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment in our channel. And just to talk about our guest, right? From cricket dreams to kitchen passion to talent acquisition trailblazer, Moin's journey is nothing short of remarkable. Over 14 plus years, he is transformed from an MBA graduate and a recruiter trainee to a leader shaping the IT industry hiring landscape. His expertise lies not only in matching top talent with the right roles, but also in evolving strategies and enhancing processes of the future. Now, Moin finds fulfillment in guiding others towards their career goals, a testament to his belief in continuous learning, adaptation, and making a lasting impact. So, currently, Moin is a founder of his own organization. So, welcome, Moin. We are very excited to have you in our podcast session. So, looking forward to know you in person. Uh, how was your journey and overall? So, I am pretty sure that all our audience will love our discussions and they will have lots of insights to take it uh, into their career journey. Great. Over to you, Moin. Why don't you quickly introduce yourself?
Thanks, Prafula. It's been great opportunity to be part of this community, and I've been watchful about the community when it started and where we are currently, and the way it's growing. Uh, to speak little more about myself, I've been born and brought up in Hyderabad, local Hyderabadi guy, you could say, who loves uh, to play cricket when he was in childhood. And though he was not that great in studies, not at all, he was not at all that person who you know evolve around books and all. So he was always behind the cricket bat ball, and he was a great opening bowler and batsman. So that's what he was.
Nice.
And the way it progressed, he started getting into, he studies was not his cup of tea at all. So as he evolved from a family of engineers, where his father was a civil engineer, brothers are again into mechanical, civil. So my entire family was into engineers. I was the one, who got into engineering. I could not able to gel with it. Then I dropped off from engineering. Then I took my degree into hotel management. For me, at that point of time, I don't know, like studies was not there in my cup of tea. But it was not by choice, but I ended up, taking up hotel management as my graduation. Then later point of time, I felt like I have to pursue my masters, but unfortunately, I could not able to travel abroad, and I have to stay back in India. Why? Because my both the brothers was abroad, and I have to look after my parents who were not keeping well at that point of time. So again, it was not by choice. I have to force to take post graduation, and it happened to be my post graduation diploma in MBA, which was from IIPM Hyderabad. So and then things changed. Okay, I never felt that I might be the person what I am today until I joined my post graduation. And today you see a different person altogether, the person who could not even able to face anyone on the stage, or in school or in his colleges, he would fear to step up into the podium and even say hi or good morning. Today he can able to turn around things for people who are at his level, where they even fear of taking this challenge, right? Like I see today, like most of the freshers have that fear in them, like whether even they can raise their hand to ask a question. So
That's
I was
true.
that
That's
guy,
true.
and today I'm a fearless guy who started off his career into staffing. My initial stages of my career were into staffing, which was very small duration for 3 to 4 months, and then I got a break into Cognizant in December 2010, December 6, 2010. That's where I started my career in Cognizant, and it evolved. And like I have seen so many faces where I started as a team member who used to support senior recruiters, then started delivering things on individually and able to manage deliveries, and there's no way look. So
Yes,
the
yes,
person
yes.
who started just to know how to source, how to talk, how to screen, and later on he started developing skills into delivery management and you ask what not. So that's what
Yes.
Mo is all about. And I have seen lot many faces where I worked with companies like Cognizant. There's another mid-sized organization called Solugenics based out of Hyderabad. Then again, I back with Cognizant for various reasons. And then in my last corporate was LTI Mindtree when I was about to leave. And in my last stint, I was working with again with staffing industry. Why? Because I was in a urge to start off something my own, and that's where I want to ensure that before I get in, jump into something like this, I should have hands-on experience rather than directly getting into an ocean where you can't even able to swim. So
That's true.
I made my choices when I start working. Okay, so that these choices were by myself, and it was not by uh, choice or something, but it was purely my decision and my passion to grow as a recruiter, to go as a TA expertise. So that's where I am. And today it's been more than 5 months that I have been part of this organization. Though the organization started last year, I took some time to make sure that I am in a position to able to revolve this organization. And hopefully today I see that we have a team of 9 members within 4 5 months, and we have ample amount of clients that we are currently serving, and we are growing.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
that's a good thing that what I can say.
Great, great. Thank you. Thank you for such a nice introduction, Moin. So before we start, right, just wanted to know a little bit more about you, right? So you were born and brought up in Hyderabad, or are you born and brought up in some other place of
No,
India?
no, I was born and brought up in Hyderabad. Except
Okay,
me, rest of my family members were born and brought up no, probably in across Karnataka. It's
okay,
only me in
okay,
my family who has been born and brought up when my father moved from Belgaum while he was working in he was being working in government of firms, and that's where he moved to Hyderabad when I got born in 82.
great, great, great. Good to know. And throughout your schooling, college, everything happened in Hyderabad itself?
Yeah. So my schooling happened in Central University of Hyderabad, which is in University of
Okay,
Hyderabad campus. And later on, as I told, as I belong to a native called Gulbarga, so my parents wanted, as I told you, like I was not that great in studies. They felt that if I go away from home, I might, show some focus on studies and able to do something better. So unfortunately, it didn't happen. I did my 11th and 12th from Gulbarga, and as I eventually said, I even joined engineering, and at that point of time, biomedicine engineering was just evolved, and to my luck, I even got a free seat. But unfortunately,
okay,
that was not my cup of tea. And probably after a year or two, I have to drop out and come back to Hyderabad and did my hotel management from from BHMI City, from JBIT College. And post that, I did my MBA from IIPM in Hyderabad.
Oh, great, great, great. Thank you for sharing about insights. Just for your information, even I was very kind of below average kind of a student during my school days and all.
Same
Same
here.
like you. Yeah, same like you. After MBA, thing have changed. Even I did my engineering, and engineering was my parent choice because everyone in my town either do engineering or medical. So I took PCMB during my 12, but
I know. The
somehow
same happened
I
with me. PCMB thing.
yeah, yeah. But again, like after joining, I didn't feel the connection with engineering, right? Uh, Even though I was doing in information technology, lots of my friends fell in love with coding, programming, and other stuffs. I was not able to relate, right? I was like, if I would have been an engineer today, I would have been the worst engineer across the world.
Same with me.
So after MBA, definitely I realized lots of different things, and uh, I'm very happy that I have chosen HR, and there are lots and lots of things to do. And as a part of this, today we are building this community together, and we are trying to make a difference within our TA community or TA fraternity. Great.
Right.
So with this, I also wanted to ask little bit about your passion for cricket. तो कहाँ cricket के लिए इतना प्यार and कैसे how did you fall in love for cricket?
I I still remember, like when I was somewhere around 6 or 7 year old, probably watching some World Cup, uh, 85 or 86 World Cup, where India and Pakistan were into semifinals, and we not India and Australia were into semifinals, and we lost there. So I remembered it was a Ramzan month, and everyone at home were fasting. How home was getting whitewashed. So no one else was watching TV except me, but because I was the youngest one. The rest all were busy, to make sure that the things are in place and the work is happening. And I was the only person who was watching TV. So from there it started, and even my second brother, he was a cricketer. Like he also used to play cricket, and I used to be watchful of him, and he was a bowler. So that's how it started. And from my schooling days itself, like whenever we used to get a free time, go and play cricket. That is the only option
Okay.
we had. Whether you have a bat or not, you'll find a piece of wood which will act as a bat, and you'll find a place to play
Play
your gully
around.
cricket. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
how
yeah.
it has been. Schooling was like, in my schooling, we even went across for under 16 selection
Oh,
for Hyderabad. We even got shortlisted, but unfortunately by then we were not really, no one was back of us to back up, saying they go and pursue this career. We were
yeah,
like,
yeah,
we were just trying our chance. We never knew that we used to get selected.
yeah.
So I still remember that I went to Gymkhana with one of my friend, my best friend, and we both got selected. And we didn't told anyone at home. Why? Because in ninth we used to have this pre-onboard exams, and we have to
Okay.
prepare for that. So we didn't told anyone at home. And after the exams, we told them. Everyone was like, "Why you didn't told us?" We were not sure that you, but because whenever we used to go for a match, our parents like, you always play cricket, you don't have anything else
Yeah,
to do in life, तुमको कुछ करना
that's
नहीं
true.
है. So that
वही
was
वही
my
वही.
day. Like whenever it used to be a Sunday, like I used to be out of my home from morning to evening playing bet matches by then. So that is what I was, and never got a backup. But later when they got to know that, yeah, my child was something good in cricket, which they should have backed up us, and that's how it started. But I continued playing cricket. Even today I do play cricket, but not at that level. But yeah, today we are just playing box cricket whenever we get time.
That's
and
true.
it's
But
and it's too difficult for us to find time and people who come around with you to play.
yeah, agree, agree. But again, like gully cricket, I would say everyone would have loved, right? I don't see that these days people play those kind of gully cricket much compared to our days, right?
I know.
Now everyone will have their own stuff to go around clubs and other things, and parents will allow their kids
Yeah,
as
even
well, right?
parents are like more professional. If at all you want to play cricket, you have to go for coaching. You have to have a kit. Oh my God, I have seen that. Like I remember, like last this summer vacation, I took my son for skating camp. Then I
Okay,
saw
okay,
next to skating ground, we had this children's cricket camp. I see
okay,
small children, hardly even a height of 3 feet or 4 feet, were all geared up with pads, helmets, and playing their game. And the coach is making them to play the shots. So that is the kind of era that we are living in, people who are able to afford that. If not, like I have, there are open grounds. People keep on playing around. So that's how it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah. Great. So, again, talking to you about your other thing, you also mentioned about hotel management. How was your journey there in hotel management?
So what happened is like when I dropped out from my engineering. So for me at that point of time, like मुझे नहीं पढ़ना है. Like I don't want to study. I don't want to become an Einstein. I don't want to become anything out there. I want to live my life peacefully. So let me live. So by then, my one of my brother-in-law was an entrepreneur. He used to have a galvanizing industry, and I said,
Okay.
like, let me support him. So even then, everyone was like, how come you do nothing, just going and supporting him? You should have minimum degree qualification. I don't know, like, what I should do. Then I was trying to escape, where I don't have max, I don't have anything which is too complicated, which might be so easy to learn. And and that very moment, like one of our neighbors, they recommended, why not you do a hospitality management. Eventually it is in a hotel management course. Then I landed up there, and I was not really sure what it's going to be, but things changed. Okay, when I joined hotel management, probably people were not really aware of what exactly hotel management was all about. And I
Okay.
joined around
Okay.
2003. And when I said I have joined hotel management as my graduation, then they was like, what you going to do? Are you going to be a waiter? Are you going to be a cook? No, but it's way beyond what you're telling. So it's not. I can't tell you if you could not able to mature your mind. So that was the kind of maturity people had at that point of time. If somebody say that you're doing hotel management, that they do had very limited exposure about it. But if you
Okay.
ask me, that is the career changing point for me, where I did really well. I thought it might be again the same thing. Like there are four major departments in hotel management: your F&B production, F&B service, housekeeping, and front office. So these are the four major
Okay.
departments of a hotel, and accordingly, you have to pick one of the field where you want to specialize, and you have to grow as a professional. So I when I started learning, and when the first year completed, the second and third year had management
Okay.
subjects. It had organization behavior, human resource, accounting, all of that. Then somewhere you started liking it, and somewhere you were able to give what you want. And you have seen that the person who was getting passing marks, he's able to score somewhere around 70s and 80s, and it all changed around. And I was one of the top five students in my college by then. I never believed that how it happened, but it happened. And then before my third year, like I felt that the future is not in India, then I have to go abroad. So I made all of my classmates to apply for IELTS or TOEFL to write exams and to pursue their masters. And if they're going to stay back in India, they will not have career. So I remember I made 15 of my friends to make them forced to write IELTS. I was the first one who wrote it, but still in India. And rest all 15 members I have seen, there are around 8 to 10 people are in Australia, 4 people in UK, and another 2 to 3 people in Netherlands. So it was me who has started, but I could not able to go because of my family personal reasons. I see like what has happened, and today I see at least bunch of my friends who are well settled in this industry, doing really good. They have their own, they are citizens of Australia and UK, so they're really going well. So I'm happy for them.
Nice. 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 And how did you ended up in recruitment, basically?
So what happened is, like, post my graduation, I was supposed to do my masters, and in India, unfortunately, they didn't have that much of luxury of pursuing your masters in hotel management. And in Hyderabad, we had very
Yeah.
limited colleges. And by then, I remember in Hyderabad itself, we had one of the organization which was opened by Manmohan Singh. By then, he was the prime minister, and he inaugurated one of the institute called National Institute of Tourism and Hotel Management. By the time I tried to inquire about the post graduation course, the master's course out there, but it was too late. and I was not really interested to waste another year where I have dropped by engineering, and I don't wanted to have that one more year which I want to put behind my career. So somewhere my brothers told, like, why don't you try for MBA? You want to do masters, right? So anyhow you have did graduation, so MBA would even help you to grow in your career as doing masters. So then why not? Then I started trying to. By then again, CAD was completed for the regular colleges that you have to take get an admission. And उस time पे there were only couple of colleges which are very famous into B schools. One was ICFI and next was IIPM. Because
Yeah,
these are the
yeah,
only two colleges posters used to be there flooded in the newspapers. And at that
yeah,
point of
yeah.
time, everyone used to watch newspapers, and the first page would be IIPM or ICFI. So I
True.
wrote my entrance in both the colleges and got selected in both the colleges. Then I felt I should be there in Hyderabad. Then that's where I pursued my MBA, and it was a different world while I pursuing my MBA in IIPM. So it changed a lot, and as I told you, right? Uh, I did my major in HR, and by my minor was marketing. I tried a lot, but 2009 it was a recession. Remember Satyam going
Yeah,
down,
yeah, yeah.
and Satyam Computers was one of the industry which used to come to our campus and hire many of the HRs into functional roles. But unfortunately for us, it was very bad time that recession hit very bad, and there's no campus placement happened. And I remember I used to go and attend interview at each and every organization, even if they don't had any position. I used to go, step in their office, share my resume, and try to explain what are my capabilities. And that's how it happened. And I started my first job with Primus Global Technologies, which is a staffing chain today. And I remember my first salary was around 6,000 rupees. I didn't even expect it, but because I remember when I did my hotel management and my internship in one of the firm out there in hotel management, that itself was 10,000 rupees.
Okay,
And
okay.
it so happened that, but it was never that I was looking out for money, and it was like something to start. So that's where I started my first job with Primus, and I was always had a mind in my mind that I should get into a corporate at the earliest.
Okay,
And even in
okay.
staffing, by then staffing had again few giants out there. One among them was Magna Infotech.
Yes.
Today is known as Quest Corp, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I got an opportunity to work with Magna Infotech, and I was there again for not very long time. I was with Magna Infotech, and again continue to attending interviews for corporate, and I was working for a few clients while I was working for Magna Infotech, and one among them was Cognizant. And fortunately, so happened that I have to attend an interview with Cognizant, and the people who have took my interview, fortunately to be my client's box,
Okay.
who I know them. They never know them, but because I was a team member, so I used to
Yeah,
know their
yeah.
names. Like,
Okay,
and
okay.
I should tell them like I know you. Then like just like, how you know me? Like no, I used to work for your demands, and these are my candidates. I used to be able to tell their names who I have closed them. So they were like, oh, these are your candidates. Oh my god! So this person who was able to close these many positions for us by supporting as a vendor, what impact or difference that he will make if he join us. So that's where
Yes.
things changed. I started my career with Cognizant in 6th December 2010, and everything changed out for me. And from there, there was no looking back, and I was keep on heading up my career, and I could definitely acknowledge each and every person who was part of my journey in Cognizant. Why? Because Cognizant again is one of the company which has learned me so many things in my career. So I will never
Okay.
ever forget each and every person who was part of my journey as a colleague, as a mentor, as a lead, and as a manager.
So, like you have worked with a consulting firm as well or staffing firm as well, and you have worked with a corporate side as well. So, what difference you have seen in both the organization?
You see, end of the day, So both the organization purpose is to close a position. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
you have to find a right fit for the job, for the open position that has been open. Probably working at a staffing firm, you might not have complete details as an organization. What are the best fit for the role? You might be able to find the right skilled guy, but whether he's culturally fit or not, that you'll be not able to gauge until unless you are an end recruiter at an organization. Why? Because at the staffing level, you will only look at the skills which are suitable for an organization, but whether he will be culturally fit as a team member, that as a corporate recruiter only you can able to recognize it. Most of the times what happens, you feel that somebody is coming with xyz organization. It might be not a renowned organization. You might feel that he might be not a right fit, but it's not the same. What I feel is, everyone has an opportunity to appear for any organization, and he or she can able to deliver those capabilities as per their experience. Until unless you don't give those opportunities to them, you'll never ever come across candidates who can do much better than what you're looking out for. It's just an
So
opportunity for them.
so कॉग्निजेंट पे when you started working, right? So what, क्या रोल था आपका and कैसे ग्रो किया आपने कॉग्निजेंट पे?
See, when I initially joined, I joined as a contractor. I
Okay.
was director roles of Cognizant and contractors. Then they moved me into some payroll organization. I was with Day and Day, and then after 2 years, 2 to 3 years, they converted me into full time. So even though I was into contractor, I remember that, like, except the HR discussion, I should do everything.
Okay. Okay.
It's just that I was not in a full time employee, so I could not able to do an HR discussion. But if you ask me, everything is being screened accordingly. So the
Yes.
person who has been proposed for an interview, that's a screened candidate by Moin. That means that's a select. So that was my scrutining at organization level. And I have learned, and I started my sourcing from Java, .NET. Those are the technologies which I started my career. Then moved to testing. Then I started handling bigger units. I was managing BFS across pan India, and that's how I started mentoring people. And I had teams under me. I never expected, as soon as I got converted into a JE role, a JE was equivalent to a senior executive by then itself, who was having and mentoring a team of five contractors and three junior resource under him, as he himself was a junior executive. So that was a something which I really cherish, and the opportunity given by my manager, who trusts me. And more importantly, I still remember. Probably today it's a buzzing word that every organization talks about, market intelligence. Even before you start working around any demand, any niche requirement, you need to know from where you have to get the resource, from which organization, from which location, what is the budget. So I still remember, like, way back in 2011, I was the one in Cognizant who used to prepare MI reports and give them the overall picture of the skills with combinations and location graph, everything. And I even remember, like, so many times I've been called as MI guru for by then. And anyone used to have any MI to be done, so it was me pan India across Cognizant. If any MI has to be completed, drop an email to Moin by copying his manager. So that was the name that I brought in for the organization and myself. When it comes to MI reports.
Got it.
So
Got it.
lot many things we did. We did hackathons. We did for the very first time hackathons event way back then, and like, probably we even didn't know that something like will even bring a change. And today we see that there are lot many events which happens around hackathon. We didn't even know that what we are about to do would be a trend tomorrow. So that's what I see, and I'm really happy, like, what We started at it's revolving around.
Agree, agree. So, what kind of challenges you have faced in Cognizant, and why did you left Cognizant at the time?
You see, like as I said, I been there cognizant twice. Okay, the very first time when I left, it was again. I was trying to. I got married. Like probably very early stage of my career. Like in 2011 June, I got married, and just a year old employee who got married, and I was getting alone, and I was trying to grow myself, and with the responsibilities I had, I felt that I'm way too behind what I'm churning for myself, and those responsibilities made me to move out of the organization. And though I never wanted to move out of cognizant ever, but at that point of time, something financially I wanted to stable myself and my family. So for that very reason, I have to step out, and I joined Solugenics. Again, I spent Solugenics around 2+ years. Again, it was one of the remarkable journey, I would say. Though this organization was uh, hardly known or heard by anyone, but for me, it was a different ball game. It was a service provider for few of the clients, and they have their own product which they used to develop. And it was a
Okay.
complete different ball game for me, working for a corporate for almost 6 years, and moving into small scale organization which had hardly less than 100 plus employees. So it was not that easy for me to again adapt. But
Yeah,
after
yeah,
joining, I
yeah,
felt that there's nothing much change. It's just the mindset that what you look around, right? Though there were some cultural shocks which I have come across, which I didn't knew that it is to still exist at by then. Like the organization, when they used to roll out an offer, so they used to even sign agreement with the candidates that they're going to stay with the organization for minimum tenure. So it was not that easy for you to convince the candidates, right? So signing an agreement.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
but somehow it was never a challenge for me. I know by then when I joined that organization, they had three recruiters, and I was the fourth recruiter who joined there as a senior recruiter. And within a year, they made me a lead recruiter based on my performance. And I remember that like I set my own example while I used to sell the organization, or rather than a position. Because sometimes recruitment, I see that it's more of an sales, right?
Yes,
how
yes,
you,
very
how,
much
how you
similar.
how you project the organization, or how you project the role, or how you project yourself into that place, so that somebody will inspire by that and take this call. That is more important. Because few people love to live their life by somebody else's example.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I want to set my own examples to live my life. I
Yes,
don't follow
yes,
that thumb rule like उसने ऐसे किया तो मैं भी ऐसा करना चाहिए, उसने ऐसे किया तो मुझे भी ऐसा करना. No, I don't believe in that. There is certain process, you have to believe in that and continue to follow it, and results will come. That is there, but it's not required that it will be there for everyone. So sometimes you have to make your own choices to see how you will be able to adapt the situation and able to deliver results the way the organization needs. So
agree,
I
agree.
remember when I have joined this organization, the organization size was around 70 plus, and there were two clients under them. And I remember one of the client, they were hardly less than 10-member team, and within a year, by then, I brought it up to 30 within less than a year. So the mindset was changed. Like they never thought that they might be able to grow this big, and they don't know like how it happened, and it all amazed. Then they look back and the history, who hired these people, it was Moin.
Yes, yes, yes. And
So yeah.
like, what happened, and how did you ended up in LT?
So after Solugenics, somehow like things were not going in place for the organization, and they were not able to held up with all the employees, and they were about to fire. So they said, Moin, it's better before we get into a situation, you try to find something for yourself. So I tried looking back, but again, in 2019 or 2020, I think 2020. Again, the market was not that great,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
was trying to little very hard to find a job for myself. I didn't, and I never had a habit of uploading my profile in the job portal. So I was trying to my way, and that's where I got to connect my some of my connects, and they said, "Hey, why don't you come back to Cognizant?" So that's what it happened, and again I went back Cognizant. I've been stayed there for another couple of years. It was again a different journey. What I did in my previous stint, it was not the same. In my previous stint, I managed BFS with skills like Java, .NET, and mainframe. And I joined back Cognizant again. It was the ERP. I was part of managing SAP skills, then followed by Microsoft Dynamics. Then again, in this pandemic, hope you might be aware, like Cognizant got hit by this ransomware, and there's lot
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
attrition,
Yeah.
lots of attrition hit around the organization. We got squeezed off, everything happening around, and that's where in 2022 I felt that that's where I might have to move around the things, why, because things are not moving in right direction. Though I
Yes.
was still part of one of the core talent action team of Cognizant, where we have seen almost 70% of the team was knocked off, and is still the core team member who was still saved by the organization. But somehow I felt that it's time to move around, and you don't want to be in a comfort zone for a very long time with working with the same people. And I still remember LTM Mindtree. It so happened that I got a reference, and I spoke to him for a half an hour on phone, and he's like, okay, we'll get the rest of the formalities completed. I said, what? So that was the kind of conversation I had, and we went ahead, and I joined LTI Mindtree in one, and probably it was again when I joined LTI Mindtree, it was LTI. It's still not
Yes.
got merged with
Yes.
Mindtree, and I joined as a manager out there. I was managing cloud practice with one of my colleague, who were looking after the entire pan India hiring for cloud, where we're dealing with GCP, your Azure, AWS, cloud native, DevOps. So these are the skills we were handling, and a bunch of
Yes.
resources, recruiters under you, and the sourcing team around, buzzing around this 3 digit of open positions around you. Not 3 digit of, I would say even around 4 digit positions around you, and you have a bunch of battalion under you, and you have to run around. So I've seen that we used to work around 18 to 19 hours in a day to make sure the deliveries happen. So yeah, so it was a nice learning, and there are lot many situations that you come across where things are not in place. You have the turnaround time is very less, where your demand is high and turnaround time is very less, and you have to deliver the results.
तो आपको कब लगा कि you have to?
uh, you see, the organization which I joined before I got into Taglet, you know
Yes.
so
Yes.
this person I know for a very long time, and I have seen his journey. I have seen his journey, and I really admire him. I have seen him, the way he has grown, and I know this. You see, like, end of the day, what you're doing, need to make sure that you're happy, and your back your family is happy for you, right? So you can
Yes.
able to serve the purpose, and more importantly, being this fraternity, you are able to give lot of opportunities for them who are trying really very hard to find one, right? So that is the mode I felt I might be able to serve the purpose working in an organization, but working in an organization again restricts me to work only for that particular organization. But working for a firm like this, I will have multiple opportunities working for multiple organization, and providing this opportunity to everyone, where I can able to find a position for each and every person. And thank God to the fraternity, we are able to so coordinate, like the way we probably I would say, like, 2 weeks back we hardly knew each other, right? And
Yes.
today we
Yes.
are in this
Yes.
conversation, and that's how it happened to me. Before I joined this organization, there are hardly any clients in place, and by the time I even joined, I see that I could able to get gauge around 4 to 5 clients which are from tier 1, tier 3, 4, what it might be. By God grace, it's all networking, and it's all your goodwill and good work that what you have done across these many years, and people still remember you, who you are, and they know what you're capable of, and they know that you can deliver the results for them.
Yes, yes, yes. So you mentioned about networking, right? So how important networking is for anyone in talent acquisition?
Oh, it's the key element. Like why I do say is probably for if I have to compare the job opportunities which are open for an IT guy or a HR, not even TA folk, in HR fraternity. If you don't have networking, right, you'll not get into a job that you really want. Probably for an IT guy, you might see hundred of postings around to get an interview call, but somebody for like us, even though you see the posting, you hardly get a call.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's where
yeah.
your networking skills really work around. And networking skill is not just connecting somebody on LinkedIn. That will never work. People today feel that I am connected with XYZ person, that means I can able to crack a job in XYZ organization. No, that will not work. So you should know how to derive this relationship and networking with whom you really want to connect, and how you want to connect, and what value addition that you're going to make while connecting with this person. So that is more important. So that's
Okay.
where I believe, like we are seeing so many attritions in current scenario where the market is going down. And I have come across so many of my fraternity people who are looking out for a change, and who are, with no job for more than a month or two. And that's where you're trying to help them around. And that's where networking play a vital role. And that's where I see I am a recruiter is also playing a vital role by sharing them the opportunities and giving them the chance to make their career.
Yes, yes. I totally like echo what you were saying, because uh, one problem statement what I saw was like TA fraternity, when we are talking about, right? There are lots of TAs across different domain, across different sector,
Right.
across different companies or industry. Like for say startup, you have different TAs, you have services TAs,
Services
consulting
industry.
TAs. Yeah. So even consulting side, there are different TAs, right? But everyone are so busy with their work, they forget to do networking. They just network for their open roles with their candidates. But what
Right.
about their themselves, right? You have to also think about your role, your growth, your opportunity, राइट सो आई सो ए बिगर प्रॉब्लम देयर राइट कि
Right.
हम लोग इतना काम पे बिजी रहते हैं कि हम लोग अपने लिए सोचना भूल जाते हैं, अपने ग्रोथ के बारे में भूल जाते हैं हम लोग. वी थॉट कि कैसे ये प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व किया जाए, सो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट वी आर डूइंग दिस डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ पॉडकास्ट वेयर वी कैन कॉल डिफरेंट लीडर्स, डिफरेंट पीपल, क्या इंपॉर्टेंट है ग्रोथ के लिए. एंड सेम लाइक यू हैव मेंशन कि नेटवर्किंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. मैं इसीलिए आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू आस्क मोर एंड मोर क्वेश्चन रिलेटेड टू दिस कि क्या होता है नेटवर्किंग, कैसे होता है नेटवर्किंग, सो दैट पीपल कैन लर्न फ्रॉम दिस.
See,
या.
let me tell you one small, I was part of one of the event which was again probably in NHRM, one of the event which happened this year in Hyderabad,
Yes,
at Hyderabad
yes,
City. It was a 2 day event, and you really don't know whom you are going to connect, but how you want to connect with them, that is important. I know, like every individual was trying to. I could see, like the lot many industries from staffing firms, from various organizations has participated, and there's so many product companies have pitched in to sell their product into HR, and so many other HR firms and technologies have been revolving around AI and ML, saying that the next era of recruitment is AI. So I can still see the new faces who are budding staffing industries or budding companies who are still hesitant to speak. They were like holding their visiting card in their hand, and they were like, whether I should speak or not. Open up, open up. They are not going to say anything to you. They're not going to eat you. You have to make that move. If you're not going to make that move, people will never come to know who are you. You
that's true.
make that move. I remember that on that particular 2 days, I might have given around close to 50 to 60 cards of mine, and I can still see that I could able to generate some fruitful connections out of those 60 visiting cards, and I could able to engage at least 5 or 6 people today who are my business partners now. So
Yes,
that's how it is. It is important. You have to open up, you have to speak about yourself, you have to speak about your organization and how you're gonna make difference. I just
that's
want to
true.
give one example. Probably staffing industry is a known industry for everyone.
Yeah,
Everyone does the same. How you do differently is not rocket science, right?
yeah,
Everyone will
yeah,
source profiles from portals. You also source profiles from portals and you also share it. Probably you might have LinkedIn users who will source profiles. As an individual, how you bring the difference, that is important. How you connect with your customer, that is different, that is important. And how you give that assurance that I will be there for you at any point of time, that is the difference that you're going to make. It's not what you have, but skills as in a human touch, that what you're going to give is more important. People are
totally
talking
agree.
about AI, what it will do, until unless it will, you don't even feed what you want, it will not give you what you really looking out for.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
that
yeah,
requires that human touch to generate those keywords for a recruiter or generate the profiles from the portals what we are looking out for.
totally agree. Totally agree. Even I can quickly give an example, right? So when we are organizing this meetup in Hyderabad, right? So we in the core team, I and there is one guy named called Siddharth. He's from Hyderabad. Apart from that, we don't have much of people. So what we did was we reach out to people, and because of
Right.
that, we met you, right? we
Yes.
we we get to know each other, and you are kind of helping us with the meetup as well. And that's how, like, if we don't talk about what we are looking for, if we don't
Right.
speak up, no one is going to help you, right?
Obviously.
So you have to talk, you have to make those connect, and you never know that it those connection can be long lasting forever.
Definitely, definitely. You see, like as an individual, you might come across so many people in your experience, but you never felt that as an opportunity. But until unless you don't start looking that as an opportunity, then you'll not able to do that. You have to start looking each and every event of yours or every connection of yours is an opportunity for you, and
Yes,
that's how you're gonna grow it.
that's true. That's true. So before we go to next question, Moin, so since you mentioned that, like, once you join this particular organization, then you were bringing more and more client. So how do you approach your client?
Okay, so it so happened that I was very keen about joining this firm and leading this firm. Why? Because today all my partners are more into silent partners, and I'm the one on the ground who is managing the operations, and my rest of the partners are looking after the financial aspects. So clients, like when people came to know that Moin has started something like this, why not? So like across my career I have worked with so many delivery managers, so
Yeah.
many architects who are now working for various organizations,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And that's how it happened. Like I started calling at least 15 20 people every day from my mobile contact. I had around close to 1,000 plus contacts. I started reaching out to those people who I really know and work very closely with them, and who acknowledge me on my work. And that's how it happened, and everyone started responding positively, and I was able to generate those leads into my connection, and able to get business from there. So that's how it happened. That's where it's more important that don't leave any stone unturned. It is very important for us whether you're gonna fetch results or not. That's second, that's different story. But you have to throw the stone and or unturn the stone and see whether it's gonna really work out for you. That's more
That's true.
important. So that's what I did. I called each and every person who I know in this fraternity, whether he's from HR or he's from technical background. So that's how it is, and I'm still doing that. I'm still in the process. I believe in process. I don't believe in results. I believe in process, which will give me more results. That's what I feel.
Agree. Agree. And do you also get failure in this process? Do you
Yeah,
only get success? all the time.
No, you see, it's not important that what you believe or what you do every time will fetch you results.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
there are
yeah,
times where you are doing everything right, but still you could not able to see results, and that is the toughest time that you're never ever giving up. And you give up, then there's nothing gonna left, right? So that is the time you have to start thinking differently, like what I'm doing wrong, whether what I'm doing till now, was it enough or was it still something more to do. That's where I remember, like even after joining the organization for the first couple of months, though we have clients, we could not able to deliver results. But right after the third month, things got changed. It's just that what we were doing, the intent was not there, but I saw that the team was not that mature enough. And as a new startup, I could not able to afford experienced recruiters to help me around sourcing profiles. So I have to train the people who are already there. And I know from there I started building my team who I have worked with, and I started hiring interns whom I can turn and make them learn easily, right? Who can gel up with the team members, and that's what it's evolving. And so I would not say that every time you will win. So there are times you're gonna see failure, but start learning from that failures. What
yeah,
happens more most of the time, like into staffing industry, you are working for services organizations, you're working for fintech organizations, you're working for consulting firms, you're working for boutique firms. Every organization, every client is different, their expectations are different, and you have to meet their criteria to close those positions. You can't serve them as similar to serving a one organization, right?
yeah,
If I
yeah,
am working
yeah,
for suppose if I'm working for a services organization, there are some 10 positions. I will submit around 30 or 40 profiles so that I'll get some 5 6 selections. So that is the process that happens in services. But the same thing you can't apply it for a product or a
yeah,
boutique or a fintech. If they have one position, they need only 2 or 3 profiles which are good enough to be closed. They don't want anything more than that. Sometimes
yeah,
they want only one profile who can join immediately within their budget and within all the criteria. So every client is different. So you have to get into their shoes to deliver their results. You can't deliver
yeah,
results equally for everyone.
yeah,
And if
yeah,
you don't
totally.
adapt that, then you are not gonna fetch the results that what you have been expecting for the other.
Yes. And during our introduction, you have like also mentioned about like continuous learning, adaptability, and lasting impact, right? So, why do you think about those things?
You see, like, I even today, I keep unlearning things what all I have done till date, and I start learning new things. It's more important. If I feel that, Are bhai, today I'm the co-founder and the director, I would not speak to clients, or I will not speak to a recruiter to get the interview slot or a schedule. That will not work. That will not work. You are here to set an example for yourself and set an example for your team, that how together we can bring a change. If I say that I am 15 years of experience, why I should even source or schedule an interview or coordinate an interview or send across updates to the client, it will not work. So I always feel that if I do it, my team will learn from me,
Yeah,
right? I don't want them to do what exactly I do, but they should also understand as an individual how responsible you have to be. If I don't set an example as an individual, then how my team will be able to do what they have been asked to do. I today get on to ground. I see if somebody is facing challenge in sourcing profiles, I give them the skill search. If somebody is able to not able to source a full stack developer with React combination, why not? So I am still hands on, and ensure that my teams also do that every day. It's not that today I have yesterday I have worked on this requirement, again it's the same requirement I have to work, I will not get profiles. No, you can't say that. You have to believe in yourself, you have to believe in the process. Every day is a new day. You can't say
Yes.
that I have already worked on this requirement, so today I will not get any profile. So you have to
Agree.
challenge
Agree.
yourself every day. That's how you keep unlearning things. It's not that yesterday I have closed 5 positions, today I'll not close any positions. So I might not get anything. It's not that case. Even today also you can close 5 positions. It's just that you have to believe that you are in that process of continuously doing that work that what you have been doing.
Agree. Agree. Great.
What happens is
So
most of the time probably team members with experience of 2 to 3 years or 3 to 4 years or 5 years, they feel that what they have done they have achieved everything in the world. So you have to make them believe that there's way beyond things that what they have been delivering, and they have to continue to do what they've been doing. So that is more important.
yes, yes, totally agree. So another one thing what we have seen after this formation of this community is we still see that there are lots of TA folks who kind of work on a traditional uh, mod type work, right? For example, you have mentioned about AI and other stuffs coming into picture. You have mentioned about learning, unlearning, right? Still, those people, few people are still on working on the same style, same processes and all. So, how do you think we can upscale these TA folks? क्या सजेशन है इनके लिए?
You see, like I myself don't have any AI tool as such in the organization. I enforce my team members to log in chat gpt, whatever the version it is. This is the JD that you have received from the client. Put the JD in chat gpt, ask the chat gpt to create a questionnaire for them for screening. That's how you do it. How you will stay
Yes,
ahead. If you don't stay ahead with your competition, your client will say that, hey, what profiles you have given to me, these people don't even know what they have been sourced for. And that is how you are gonna make difference, right? When you have
yes,
services which are
yes,
being
yes.
provided free, why not you use it? And that is the trend, and that is going to be future. You need not to have everything licensed under you to fetch results.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
people should know what are the shortcuts where you need not to really work hard to deliver results. You always
yeah,
play
yeah.
smart rather than play work hard for what all requirements that you're working.
Totally agree. Totally agree. They should know where to work hard, where to work smart, right?
Work smart. That's more important. Why? Because I make sure very clear. Even if my interns today, as soon as I share a requirement, what they do is go to ChatGPT, generate a screening questionnaire, and start sourcing. And the first thing what
Nice.
they will do is they'll first post in LinkedIn.
Okay.
How it will help them is posting on LinkedIn. First thing, they are branding the organization. Second
Yes.
thing, they are promoting a job in on LinkedIn. Third thing, they are developing their own network,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
So that's how somebody has to start behaving differently as an individual. If you do want to do the same thing, requirement आया, नौकरी लॉगिंग किया, monster लॉगिंग किया, searching for keywords, that will not help you. So you have to
Yeah.
start thinking beyond that.
Agree. Agree. And I think वो same process अगर आप करते रहोगे तो it might help the company which you are
Yes,
using. For example, नौकरी अगर आप use कर रहे हो तो उनके लिए अच्छा हो सकता है क्योंकि usage ज़्यादा है, but not
हाँ,
for you, right?
right. You see, I still remember, probably I joined in March, around Feb end, and by then taglet followers were hardly around 1,000, and today I see like we have more than around 3,000 followers. So it's not that just because of me it has happened, or just because of anyone else that it has happened, because we believe in something that we gonna share, we gonna build our network. We want to pass on that message that we are here for the people who are looking for change, and we are here to support them. So this messaging is more important. Whether you are able to get any results out of those postings, that's different thing. That's not your
Yeah.
criteria.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you make sure that your message is being passed to somebody who's actually looking for a change. And today I see good number of followers are keep on adding up to us on a monthly basis. I see a healthy add-on of 2 to 300 every month. So which is good
Nice.
for me and my organization, and I feel organic growth of
Growth.
connections rather than even taking any help from any of the additional features that LinkedIn provides.
Totally agree. Great. So we are almost on time, Moin. So last question. So when Moin is not working, so what you'd love to do? क्या करते हो आप जब काम नहीं करते?
You see, like as I told you, right, like recently when you asked me, we were supposed to have this podcast last week,
Yes.
and last week being a long weekend, I felt that I have to plan something for me and my family. So I drive with my family for almost 6 8 hours, been to a place nearby a beach in close to Hyderabad. So I normally like to hang around with my friends and my family. That's what I do. Well, I'm an ideal. I don't work, and more importantly, first comes my family. Then second comes my friends. I have my MBA bunch of friends. We meet regularly. वो बोलते हैं ना, like they are friends for you at any point of time. So they are. I have some bunch of friends, handful of friends whom I meet every alternate weekend. That's a mandatory for me. The way I work, it's mandatory for us to meet every alternate week, get together, have some food, and talk around about what is happening in and around. So that's how I keep myself busy professionally and personally.
Great, great. And last one thing. So how do you see I am recruiters as a community, and how we are doing to help these community members? Like what best we can do?
I think the way things are progressing, I see that lot many opportunities are being posted, and lot many people are being added every day. Like the community is building very fast, and the approach is to make sure that every person in this industry who's there in TA would be part of I am a recruiter. And when that's happened, then we can assure that the people who have been jobless, they'll be able to find the
Yes,
job
yes,
the very next day. So the whole purpose is to make sure that we are building a healthy community, but more importantly, the what I feel is we are helping those unemployed people out there to find the right job. So that's what I feel, and for obvious reasons that we are a PA fraternity, we will definitely exchange views, our experiences, and lot many things to share together, which we find which are same to us.
sure, sure, sure. So with this, thank you, Moin, for your time. It was lovely talking to you, and काफी अच्छा लगा. Uh, we
Same
would
here.
definitely love to see you in a future podcast. कुछ different topics में बात करेंगे future पे जब भी मौका मिले. So, but once again, thank you आपका time के लिए, and looking forward for building this community together.
Sure, sure. Thanks, Prafula. Thanks for you for having me on board and getting this podcast arranged. And really happy, and I'm looking forward for the future upcoming podcast. And I would definitely want to contribute for this fraternity. And I wish you all the very best for you starting up this community somewhere around February, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, yes, yes,
And today I see the way it has grown. It's all your efforts and people behind this community who are ready to spend their time apart from their job, regular job. So
yes.
that's hands cheers to everyone out there who are part of this community, and wish you all the very best.
Thank you, Moin. Bye bye.
Bye.